to know their temperament with their gender. How I would treat Clifford is very different from how I would treat Eliza or Stella. Be their friends, and I think that is how we manage it. Okay. Yeah.
Now you are ladies. This may be a bit private. How does mommy communicate the issue of womanhood, say menstruation, and all those to you?
Stella,
you first.
Okay, so before I had my first period, I remember my mom sitting me down, talking to me, how I was to use the pad, dispose it off, how my body is going to change, and how I'm supposed to take care of my body, etc., etc. Yes.
Okay, but so it wasn't, you were not taking unawares?
No.
Because you didn't know, you were taught in school.
Yes.
And mommy also did that for you.
Yes, please.
What about you, Stella? Have you reached that stage? Oh, then tell me more. Tell me more. You have big women in your home.
I have three women in my home.
Now, Stella, talk to me. How?
I agree with Liza.
You agree. You know, there was this family who said that, the lady said that the mommy told her that when she starts menstruating and a boy touches her, she'll get pregnant. And she went to school and somebody touched her. Then she came home crying. Wow. Mommy, I'm pregnant. I'm pregnant. Why? Because somebody has touched her. But in your case, you are fortunate to have a parent or a mother who is ready to walk you through before you get there. So congratulations. Anyway. Yes. So what is your best moment as parents? Let me ask you, Elder.
Best moment is when Eliza passed the Wasi. You know, she wanted to do ADME at Legon. And ADME, they had a cut-off point. So we are all praying that we won't have to go begging people. So when the results came, by God's grace, she had exactly what she required to be able to enter ADME and do accounting. So that was very good. I was very, very proud of that. Yeah.
So was it her or it was a shared moment for the family?
It was a shared moment for the family. We were all very happy. We celebrate each other.
Okay.
We're very happy for her and for what she has achieved.
Okay. So how do you celebrate milestones? In case, yes, milestones like what Eliza had or did.
Oh, usually at home, it is a usual shouting here and there, after which we have some special meals we share, and then we talk and have fun. If we have to go out sometimes we take them out. So if you have to do that, you also do that, just to celebrate with them.
Do you have a plan? Say every month you go out. How do you do yours?
We don't have a particular time.
Okay.
Any time can be fun time for us.
That's nice.
But as much as possible in the year, we try to work towards having a fun moment as a family. But it can be any time for us.
I know you sing. You didn't tell me that, but I know.
Yeah, I do. I'm in the choir.
Yes. And you are a teacher.
Yeah.
You are a wife. You are a mother. How do you combine all this?
I must confess, it's not an easy one.
I agree with you.
Having to combine work and being a mother and being a wife, it hasn't been easy. But you know, you just have to make time, as much as possible, make time, find time, make time, so that you are able to do all the things that you have to do, because they have to be done.
How do you find that time? See, I'm asking this because today's mothers,
it's not easy.
It's not easy. And in actual fact, they are crying everywhere. Yeah. Some are getting anxiety and depression out of this. They are not able to manage. So I want you to share with us, how do you do it?
Well, I am a teacher, so I have a lot of time. You know, after school, when school is over from 3:30, I have the rest of the time. So I have a lot of time. So from 7:30 to the 3:30, I know my time is with GES and I'm working. And after that, I have the rest of the time. You have to do some shopping here and there. You do that. You have to pick up the children. You know, you have time to do all that. And when you get home too, you also have time for the house chores. So you make time. As for time, nobody has time. But I always say that if you want to be a good mother, then you must make sure that you make time to find time to do the things that need to be done.
So I guess you're talking about planning.
Yes, you need to
plan your stuff.
As much as possible. As you get up in a day, you must know what you are going to do in the day. I always tell my children, before I get out from bed, I would have planned for the day. So I know from this time to this time, this is what I'm doing. So if you find me in the day sitting down idling about, then in my plan, there's time for idling about.
Okay.
So as much as possible, if you want to be a very good mother, you have to make time, you have to plan. It's not easy, but you have to. You have
now
to
let's
find
talk
that
about
time.
The support. What support did you get when you were raising up, giving birth and working and all that? Because some people are looking for support. They are not getting. What strategy did you use?
It is not easy. But then we did not start life here. We were in Cape Coast. So if you have to compare that place to Accra, it's a bit different.
Yeah.
We had the support of friends around at the time. And we did not have somebody coming to stay with us for a long time. For the times that I had them when they were babies, I had my mother and my mother-in-law, may her soul rest in peace,
Wow.
Coming over to help sometimes. But it has been us. It has been us. I've had the support of my husband and then the support of a few friends around. You need them.
Okay.
You cannot do it all alone.
Right.
If you think as a mother you can combine all the work you have to do everything all by yourself, it is almost impossible.
This is where I want you to stress.
It is almost impossible.
I want you to stress this aspect.
You really will have to fall on others.
Thank you.
To help you. Because, come to think of it, you have to go to work.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the men. And I know some of the women have jobs just like those of their husbands. You spend the same time. Then plus that, you have the work at home, the work with the children. So it is not an easy one. So sometimes if you realize that you cannot do it all by yourself, you have to seek help.
That is true.
Look for help. Especially if you don't have a spouse who is helpful. If you have a spouse who is helpful, you thank God, that one, the two of you can work things out. But if you don't have somebody who is willing to help you with the house chores, for example, washing, cooking, cleaning around, then probably you have to look for somebody to assist you. Otherwise, you break down.
We hear in our local parlance in Africa and in Ghana, men are supposed to be men. For some men, when they help their wives, it's as if they are boy, as if it's unheard of.
Yeah.
Why is your case different? Because your wife is praising you that you've been supportive. Why did you do that, or why are you doing that?
I think it's a model that as fathers we have to present to, especially the boys, for them to know that you don't leave all the work for the ladies what to do. So there are certain things that we have to do together. For example, washing, sweeping, dressing the bed.
So you mean you sweep and dress your bed?
Oh, these are things that we do on a regular basis.
Then that is nice.
Because
I hear some men saying that, no, this is feminine job, this is masculine job, masculine man must cross the legs and be reading the dailies, then the woman will be going up and down and all
because
that. You don't do that.
When she breaks down, it affects you.
You know, right?
When she breaks down, it will affect you so much. So you must also be willing to assist. Honestly, the ones that you can really do, make sure you are doing it. With me, I must confess, I don't cook because I didn't learn how to cook. So when it comes to cooking, they all understand that I'm not able to do it. I prepare oats, maybe bread, and fry some eggs.
Oh, but you're doing well. It's not bad.
But then when it comes to the general hygiene of the house, I'm one person that I really like to put things in order.
Okay.
So with sweeping, cleaning the hall, laying the bed. And before we had a help who comes in. Now we have a help who comes in once a week to come and help us with the washing and stuff like that.
Children are grown up.
Because they are grown up. They are not in the
not
house.
there.
And we are growing old.
Yes.
So the help is very, very important. She comes in once a week to assist. But other than that, you have to help. You have to help your wife. Don't let her break down, otherwise it will affect you.
My lovely viewer, this is from the man of the home or the house. He says you need to support your partner because you say one flesh. If one breaks down, you are both down. And so you need to support each other. Let's go for a quick break. When we come back, we would want to know how roles and responsibilities are assigned and what is their expectation as families. We'll be right back. Thank you.
Accident Kanyame Wania Wayamanima. Pristia Central Asia Safono Eto Safre will be Biase. One make a woman 90 years anniversary and say on Yankupon and Yam. Jumedian Becoso Ewo SDA Basic School for 29th March and upon Kuno. Jumedian in a sword Samne se, Yaratua Fapemnoso, and feared your crew war a Krajia Jumamu. Kai se, where Jumedia you know, war by your house screening. I'll be free after hot work near clean up exercises so because so dear boy upon my damn pa. And Benny Fukudama what day when you yam better Jumedia HCB ne Nana in Tabua Prawa Tosso and 9. Christian your mind and animals and Konya. Pastor Dr. Emmanuel Kobina Jr. So for Ponda West Central Ghana Conference I know and you to forward to Safra one Cheba for Mensa, Victory Voices, and then you to four quote our Asafono Munina. Software Jumedia sin in us so ne, or Sofo Emmanuel appear pentel, Becca near ni and feared your crown, a fin shake on your coupon and your yam. Yamis, I was set Obeba.
Hello guys, I welcome you all to Gospel 101 TV show. My name is Selassie Evelyn and I'm thrilled to be your guide on this uplifting journey into the heart of gospel music and inspiration. What you made ye sui, yet de ekuku down. Omajidi ewa jom tuomu ena baso. Get ready for a television show that will challenge, uplift, and remind you of the incredible power of God. The show will boss yet the life-changing stories.
We are not going to marry when we go to heaven. It is very true. But if we are not careful, our bonnet heaven will cry.
Good music videos. So tell a friend to tell another friend, say, Gospel 101 Jumedieno has come. It is not just a show, it is going to be an experience.
Gospel 101, showing this and every Wednesday at 6 p.m. right here on Hope TV.
Hello, you're welcome back, and I am so grateful that you waited on us. The program is Love at Home on Hope Channel Ghana, and I have the family of Owusu Afriyie with us today, and we are sharing family moments. We are discussing what is in the family, and what you can also take home and what I can also take home. Remember, no family is perfect, but we are here to learn, relearn, and unlearn, and that is why we are here today. Yes, so let me come to you, Daddy. No, let me come to you, Auntie Stella. At home, we have some roles and responsibilities. Some say certain roles are for boys. Some say certain roles are for girls. How do you do it? How do you share the rules?
So in our home, we don't have male rules and we don't have female rules.
Okay.
When they were young, well, I started them off very early. So when I'm washing, they are all around me and we are doing it together. Then you graduate from there and then you start with washing of handkerchiefs and socks and stuff like that, and we do it together. So it is not something that is only for the girls. The boy joined in as well. So, but over time, as they grow, then you graduate from there. And so they take turns in doing dishes and in cleaning the house generally. So Clifford can wash. Stella, cook. Eliza, they
Clifford
do the same.
Can cook.
Clifford can cook.
That's nice. I'll visit you.
They do same.
I'll wait.
At least for his rice, he's very good with
at that. Nice recipe, I'm sure.
Yeah, yeah, and he enjoys doing it.
Okay.
So he cooks, and the girls cook as well. So they take turns in doing things. Eliza started it all, so she would do the dishes. After a while, Clifford he took over. Now Stella has fully taken that role of
Madam
washing
of the
house, of washing the dishes, and because they are not around most of the time, she does all that. So we don't have defined roles at home. We do. Everybody does anything your hand finds to do. You do and you do it well.
So Stella, how are you enjoying this? Now that they are all not at home, and you are the mamaga at home. Is it tedious?
Now that they are not there, even the work has reduced.
Yeah, it's true.
It's only her, and trust me, we can go like 2 days without having to sweep around. They are all grown now, so
virtually she is also not there. She'll come in the evening.
Yeah, so
all right. So it is not tedious, I guess. She has it easy. Yeah, she's gotten easy more than you know. Yes. Now, I want us to look at some fun moments. What we have as a culture at home. There are some families, they say that every year we come together, we do A, B, C, D. Some would say for us on weekends, say on Saturdays, when we are washing, it is our fun moment. Some would also say on weekends, we will eat together, we put everything in one bowl, and we all sit by it and eat. What do you do in your home?
When they were young, we used to do that. Our favorite was plantain and then kontomire, abom.
Yes.
So we all prepare the plantain and then the abom, and then and we sit around it and eat.
Lovely.
It was fun. Usually on Sundays after washing, then we do that.
Okay.
But over time, now most of the time they are not around, so we don't get to do that. But as and when they are around, Sundays we play our music, we dance. We make a lot of noise because our neighbors by then would have left for church. and so we make a lot of noise. We play our music and we sing and make a lot of noise. So
yeah, Stella, I'm interested. You do what?
We work.
You work
whilst playing the music.
Music and dancing. I can imagine that. I can imagine that. That's interesting. Now, Elder, I want to know the issue of finances. Did you plan that, oh, for us, this is the method you are going to use in managing our finance? Either, Auntie Stella, bring yours, I'll bring mine. You put all in one account.
Cost sharing.
Cost sharing, 50-50. Or you use yours to cook food. I'll use mine to acquire properties or family projects. I don't know. What do you do?
I think with finances, the key issue is transparency.
All right.
Yeah, you have to be transparent. So she knows how much I earn.
You do?
Yeah.
That's lovely.
I know how much she also earns. We keep separate accounts.
Okay.
Because even though we are married, we are still individuals to
That
some
is
extent.
That is
so
true.
we keep separate accounts, but every month we know how much we have. We return our tithes and offerings together.
Okay.
And then based on what we have, we do our planning. As much as possible, what we normally would do is I cover a lot of the expenses as much as possible. If there's any help that I need, then I'll just fall on her.
Okay.
So invariably, we use hers as a savings,
All right.
whilst I cover most of the
expenses. All right.
to a large extent as I can.
Then she may come in from time to time.
to time.
So it means that Auntie Stella, you are not doing my money is my money, your money is our money stuff. You know, these days, that's what the young women are saying. My money is my money, your money is our money. Sorry?
She's richer than me.
She's richer than you. To God be the glory. Women are rich. Women are rich. Now, Eliezer, I want us to look at the issue of devotions. Did you love doing that? Or do you still love doing it? Okay, let me start when you were younger.
Okay, honestly, when we were younger, devotions felt like a chore. We used to wake up at 5 when we came close.
Yes.
5 o'clock a.m. And imagine a 6-year-old girl waking up at 5 to come and pray. I didn't have any problems then. I didn't really understand
why I should
pray and why I should come and sit down and do Sabbath school. But then now growing up, life is really hitting me.
Okay.
So now I'm understanding why my parents, why we used to do what we used to do and what we still do now. Now having devotions, I know it's for my own personal
good.
My own personal good. Yes. So now I enjoy reading my Bible. I have this little devotional in school that I read, besides the Sabbath school. So yes. Now I really enjoy having my devotions.
So you are not being coerced? You understand why you are doing it?
Yes.
How is it helping you?
It's helping me in my academics especially.
How?
Because sometimes you feel like you've hit a wall. Sometimes you go to class, you're not understanding what is going on, your lecturers are busily worrying you here and there. Then the only hope you have is, let me just go down on my knees and pray. And I know that God is going to answer my prayers. And I'm going to pass all my exams.
Are you able to impact this to your hallmates or your roommates or the people around you?
My friends?
Yes.
So, growing up, I have only 5 friends.
And they are still 5?
Yes, they are still 5. Okay. I have other friends, but
I understand. So
these
you
5,
have friends.
Yes,
I understand
they
that
are
one.
my core friends. So I suggested every month, at least we pray. But then we've not gotten time because our schedules are different. So I understand that bit. But then sometimes when they come to my place and I'm having my devotion, I try as much as possible to engage them also. Yes.
Are they also in the same denomination or they're in different faith?
Different
faith. How do you marry? I mean, how do you manage them? Diversity of different religions, even though you're all serving one God. How do you go about that? You are not swayed to go into their side.
I try as much as possible not to touch on the controversial topics that is going to bring fights between us. So usually when we have the devotions, I give my share and they also give their share. Yes.
Now, Madam Stella Jr., tell me, how has it been when they have to wake you up to come and pray?
Usually, I mostly frown when they wake me up.
Even to me, sister, you are saying it. Yes.
It's really annoying. I don't understand why should I wake up at 4? The time has changed to 4 because now we are living in Accra. I first live in Coast. I first can wake up at 6. You get to school at 6.
Can you imagine?
There's no traffic, but now, like from Medina, there's traffic. You can get to school at like 7, 6 there, and you're still late.
So you wake up at 4.
Wake up at 4, and you still get to school at 6. And you also have to do devotion.
So, but now how are you managing that? I want to see how you are managing that. The way you are doing show, how are you managing it?
It's annoying.
Okay, so you see, just as your sister said, he also was feeling the same way, but now she's seeing things in a different light. So I'm sure you also understand. But mommy and daddy, they have good intentions for you. That is why they're introducing Christ to you at this tender age, so that they can embrace this Savior who is ever ready to come into your needs. So you just tap cool, everything will be fine, okay? Okay? All right. So now we want to look at the what you do. That's how do you manage issues with external families? Elder.
Yeah. I think for us, we've been quite fortunate. External families most of them are outside the country. Okay. You know, but her mother, my mother-in-law is my mother. You know, her brothers are my brothers. They are largely independent. We are also a bit independent. So I think that has also really helped us. If we meet, it's because we are meeting for a family celebration, a party, a funeral, sometimes fun moments. But most of them are largely independent, and we are also largely independent. So we don't see the cross carpet that much. Yeah.
Nobody is coming to sit on you and all that. You have to bring me that and all that. To God be the glory. Now, Elder, you are into the taxation field.
Yes.
What is your how do you call your profession?
Chartered of taxation.
What?
Chartered of taxation.
Chartered of, yes. And I know you have to write exam, and write exam, and write exam. How do you balance this activity, being the father of the home, providing, you are an elder of the church, somebody's husband. How do you manage this?
I think it all boils down to planning.
Okay.
And also being deliberate.
The word here is deliberate.
Yeah, about your priorities.
Okay.
And in spite of everything that I do, the family comes first. So your wife and the kids are the priority. Therefore, in your planning, as much as possible, you make time for them. There are certain engagements that I might have to decline because it will affect the time that I will need with the family. In terms of progression, I think that I could have gone a bit higher than I have done now, but because of the family, there are certain sacrifices that you have to make. So it all depends on what you want. You want to be so high up with the family down, disorganized, or you want to have a balance. So in your career progression, you have to take note of all that. Are you traveling for 5 years doing a PhD outside while the family is stuck here in Ghana? So there are certain things that sometimes you have to sacrifice because of the family. And in doing that, you might not get to perhaps the pinnacle of your career, but you would have a balanced life. With God, family, and work balance. Okay. And I think that is all life is about. I'm ambitious, but not too. I would say I'm not too ambitious to ascend to the pinnacle of my career at the expense of family and God.
Okay.
I always have to balance, so that if I'm in the middle, family is good, myself and God, we are good, I'm fine. I'm fine.
That's nice. And Stella, how do you feel when you're able to support your husband financially?
Well,
you see, I ended that question. I've brought it back.
You brought it back. Yes. Well, it's satisfying. It's okay when you are also able to help. I cannot afford to sit unconcerned and not help when there's the need to do that. So when I'm able to do that, I'm happy.
I want you to advise my young women here, those who are women in marriage and young people, to those people. See, I finished it, but I've brought it back because there's a message I want you to put across for me.
Well, to the young ladies, I would say that there's a lot of sacrifices you have to make for the family. I know most of the young women now have this mindset that when I have money, it's all mine. Most of them are waiting to depend on men, but I would advise that as much as possible, they should be independent. Whatever they have is not just theirs, but it's also for the family. They should be prepared to share. If they are able to do that, they'll be able to keep their families intact. So that is the little advice I have for the young ones.
And what about you? Same question.
Yeah.
For your men. Some men are saying that there is no need for your woman to know how much you are getting. Other than that, she will demand unnecessarily. So some partners, I mean, the women do not know what their men are taking, and he'll be doing show outside. What do you have to say about that?
I think that every marriage is different. There are some couples that they don't know how much each of them earn, but they are still living peacefully.
Works for them.
It's working for them. So we cannot prescribe rules. But then with us, the bottom line is transparency. And that has worked for me for the past 21 years. My wife needs to know how much I earn. She also graciously, I know how much she also earns. There is that kind of transparency amongst us. And with that, we have been able to bring the family up. Certain things that she will not demand from me because she knows I can't afford it. Because at least she knows the budget that we have. There are certain things I will not demand from her because I know the budget that we have. So I think that works for us. And if couples would appreciate that and they want to learn from that, that is fine. But not to prescribe a rule that's compulsorily. You have to let me know how much you are earning. If it's working for you perfectly and you have peace of mind, I think that is fine.
Okay. Okay. I quite understand that. Now, as parents, if you have the opportunity to change something that you did some years ago, what would that be or would have been?
Honestly, as I sit here, I am grateful for everything that God has done with us. I don't think there is anything that I would have loved to change. Even though some of the things, when they happened, perhaps you might not have loved them. But going forward, you realize that God, through it, lessons have been learned, there's been growth. And therefore, with me, I don't really have any regrets. I think that all that has happened, God knows why. And we have learned so much lessons.
So share some of the lessons for me.
You know, when for example, I was born in Accra, schooled in Accra, lived in Accra all my life. Had an appointment to work with the Dental Revenue Service here in Accra. I was at the Legon office. Then one day, I get a letter to be transferred to Cape Coast. You know, I was I was hurt. Devastated. I don't know anybody in Cape Coast. What am I going to do in Cape Coast? I fought it. I wanted to reverse it. But, you know, my commissioner then told me, Kofi, you have been in Accra all your life. Go and experience life outside of Accra. I'm not changing it for you.
Wow.
Yeah. So I went to Cape Coast in 2003. And I think that it was the best thing that happened to us.
That's nice.
Our life in Cape Coast, as they testify, it was peaceful. We made lifelong friends. And by God's grace, we were able to help establish the first English church in Central Region.
Okay.
That's the Berean Church. It's a result of the work that by God's grace we did. So it was beautiful. As I said, going was difficult. But already I spent 15 years in Cape Coast. All my kids were born in Cape Coast. And
Are you able to speak fancy?
Oh, yes.
Yes. You speak with me.
Yeah, so the things that have happened in my life, I believe that God has intended for my good. Yeah.
We thank God. Now, give me your last final advice to my viewers. After that, you're going to sing for us. Yes, you can't go without singing. So let me start from you.
So I would say that we should work very hard at keeping the family unit intact. It is not easy, but with God's help, with prayers here and there, and being intentional about some of the things we do, God will see us through and things will be fine. So we should work on our families.
Okay. Yes, my beautiful Eliezer.
I'd say to my fellow children in the family, strive to want to make your parents proud. Okay. Strive to want to put a smile on their faces to go a long way to make you also happy.
Wow. So making them happy will also make you happy.
Yes.
That's great. About him, Mamaga, talk to us. What advice do you have for your fellow age group? Or you want to advise parents, you can also do that.
Yeah. My advice to my colleagues first, and I'll go to parents.
All right.
So to my colleagues,
I'll
say they should work hard to make their parents proud.
Okay.
Our parents always say that if you make them proud, you also make yourself proud.
Okay.
And to the parents, you have to take care of your children very well to make them decent in future, to make them have decent lives.
Okay. That is very deep. Do you understand what you said? You do? I'm proud of you. So parents,
you take care of our children.
Take care of your children. This is from my humble maiden. Auntie Stella, thank you for advising us. We take them. Thank you so much. Now, Daddy, your final advice.
My
your colleague
advice to men,
young men, and then general public.
My advice is that men should endeavor to love their wives.
Okay.
You know, once you love your wife, you get the best out of her, and the family becomes a little heaven here on earth. So that is my advice to them. Be deliberate about it. Be intentional about it. Spoil them with love.
Spoil us with love.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you. Then to the younger men who are preparing to go into relationship and all that, or go into marriage.
Yeah, I think they should not wait to get everything before they marry. Okay. That's what I'm seeing these days. Whatever little you have, by God's grace, make the move and get married, and God will bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. We are so grateful to have the family of Owusu Afriyie sharing their thoughts and their life with us. And I'm sure you have taken one or two things that is going to enhance or change the way you were thinking. If you're a young family, hey, you are not alone. But with God and planning and determination, you will sail through. That is normal. But we pray that God gives you the strength and the energy to go through. If you need help, please ask for it. Today, some families are of the view that everybody around are witches. So when they go to church, they don't want anybody to touch their children. You see a mother so tired, so weary, so tired, I mean so weak, but he's not willing to help, to let somebody help her. My dear, desist from that. You need you to be alive so that you can take good care of your children and your unborn children too. Now, let's come to the family. I'd love to hear you sing. So what are you going to sing for us in a few minutes?
We'll be singing in times. By time. We'll do in the
Give it to me.
Okay. In times when the winds blow.
Go.
In times when the winds blow, in times when I'm prone to fall, dear Lord, hold me back. In times when I have no shoulder to lean on, dear Lord, don't leave me alone. In times when the winds blow, in times when I'm prone to fall, dear Lord, hold me back. In times when I have no shoulder to lean on, dear Lord, don't leave me alone. You are the Father of the fatherless. You are the bread of life. You are the shelter in a time of storm. Your mercies are wide, your love is endless, El Shaddai. You are worthy of all praise. You are the Father of the fatherless. You are the bread of life. You are the shelter in a time of storm. Your mercies are wide. Your love is endless, El Shaddai. You are worthy of all praise. Teach me, Lord, to have faith in you. Teach me, Lord, to have hope in you. Teach me, Lord, to have faith in you.
Thank you.
Wow. We can't say, I don't know what to say. We are touched with the words or the lyrics of the music or the song you just gave us. Yes, we must rely on God. So to you out there, I don't know what challenge you are facing. Remember, there's a friend who has been there before. His name is Jesus. Go to him in prayer. That child who has left home, that husband, that wife, take them to God in prayer. Your father, your friend, Jesus is ready to listen to you, and he's ready to come and visit you. Open your arms, open your hearts. Same time next week, we come into your homes again with another interesting topic on love at home. Until then, we are pleased. Good night. Bye-bye.